Hello students, welcome to our public speaking course. Now I am going to go through the formula for you. This is week one's lecture. Really the formula is like the chocolate chip cookie recipe for speeches. So if any of you have ever made Toll House cookies from the Toll House Morsels cookie bag, this is what would be on the public speaking bag and the instructions on how to make a decent speech. So there are very important steps. If you follow these steps in most of your speeches, you will do very well on them. If you use the formula as your outline for your informative speech, for your argumentative speech, you will do well. For your special occasion speech, that's a little different. But for your introduction that is due this week, you have to use the formula because I have to make sure you understand it. So let's get started with the formula. So how do you make it work? Let's move to the next slide. Every speech has three parts. It has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. And the formula tells you what to do in the introduction, what to do in the body, and what to do in the conclusion. When you're crafting your speech, if it's a long speech, you would craft the body first. For these introductory speeches, they're going to be all about you. You're not going to need notes. You're not going to need an outline. You can use a speaking outline if you want to, but they're rather easy, but I just need to know that you understand this component, the formula, how to do it. So the introduction of your speech. The introduction of your speech is supposed to do three things. You need to state your topic. You need to make sure your audience understands what your topic is. What are you talking about? Why are we listening? The last thing you want to do is have your audience listening for 5 minutes of a speech and still have them not know what on earth you're talking about. So you have to state your topic. Then you want to orient the audience to both your topic and to you as the speaker. So you want to make an audience topic connection. Why are they going to listen? Why should they listen? Why are what you're telling them is important? What do you want them to get out of it? And then you want to make a speaker topic connection. Why are you the person that should be speaking on this? Why are you credible? Why should they listen to you? So those are the first two things. State your topic, orient the audience. And then the third thing that you have to do with your introduction is to give a roadmap of your speech. Now, I was actually just away at a hockey tournament this week, and I think of the roadmap as the directions in your GPS. So I don't know if any of you have ever flipped up and looked at the directions before you start driving, but if you do, it gives you a sense of if you're going in the right direction. It gives you the ability to anticipate what is next. It's not just that GPS saying, in 500 feet, turn right. You're going to know my next turn is right. I'm going to have to be in the right-hand lane. That's what this roadmap does for your audience. Giving a roadmap, you just preview your main points. First, I'm going to talk about this. Next, I'm going to talk about this. Finally, I'm going to talk about this. It gives your audience a sense of where they are in your speech as they listen and what to listen for. So that's what an introduction does. State your topic, orient the audience, give a roadmap. Next, you move on to the body of your speech. The body of your speech, you need to establish a pattern of organization for your speech. So you're going to have chronological order, topical order, pro, con, problem, solution, whatever fits whatever you're trying to accomplish with your speech. And then really with every speech, if you use the 4 S's, you'll get through each of your main points pretty well. So the 4 S's are signpost, state, support, and summarize. And on the next slide, we're going to go through that. And then once you signpost, state, support, and summarize, really you're in the process transitioning through your main points. So let's move on. The 4 S's, signpost. A signpost is really just a directional cue. First, second, now. So it moves you through your main points. Signposting and stating can be really done in one sentence, the first sentence of each main point. So first, then you simply state your main point. First, we are going to talk about whatever you're going to talk about. Next, we're going to talk about, so it happens in one sentence, the signpost and the state. Then the support, really this is the meat. This is the main part of your speech. This is the meat of your speech. Support. You want your evidence. You want your stories. You want your narratives. Whatever it is, this is the most important part of your speech. And then finally, you summarize that main point. So, signpost, state, support, and summarize. First, we are going to talk about the history of figure skating. Figure skating was developed as an Olympic sport in 1952. According to the U.S. News and World Report, figure skating is the third most popular sport in the country of Canada. Whatever the meat of it is. Now that you understand the history of figure skating, let's move on to the future of figure skating, or whatever that transition is. So, signpost, state, support, summarize. Last, now we move to the conclusions. So your conclusions need to do three things: signal the ending, review your main points, and activate your audience. So signal the ending. That's really just in conclusion, in summation, at the end. I want you to understand whatever it is that's going to signal to your audience that I am finishing my presentation. So why do we signal our ending? Because honestly, if you lose your audience halfway through your third main point or your second main point or where at the beginning, all audiences perk up when they hear in conclusion. They listen to the end. So you want, even if you've lost them along the way, you want to get them. You also want the people that have been listening the whole time to understand, thank you very much. You've listened to everything. That's really all I have to say. So you want to signal the ending in conclusion. I am going to look for an introduction, a body, and conclusion in every speech you do. There will be points associated to proper format: introduction, body, conclusion. So please make sure I hear a conclusion in every speech you give. So, signaling conclusion. In conclusion, then you review your main points. Today we discussed the history of figure skating, modern trends in figure skating, and the future of competitive figure skating. Whatever it is, whatever you talked about, go through it. And then you want to just activate your audience. Tell them what you want them to get. I hope now, after our speech, that you understand more about me, or whatever you want them to get. I hope you understand more about figure skating. Whatever you want them to gain from your speech, that's what you have to make sure you present. So signal the ending, review your main points, and activate the audience.